Okay, let's be honest. Have you ever tried to get something specific out of an AI like ChatGPT and just failed? You feel like you're speaking a completely different language, and it is just so frustrating.
You know how it is. One minute you get this absolutely brilliant, insightful response that saves you hours of work, and the very next minute, you get a wall of the most generic, useless text imaginable. It feels like a total guessing game, doesn't it?
I mean, we've all seen this, right? You type in something you think is pretty clear, like help me with working out, and you get back this boilerplate advice that sounds like it was copied from a 1990s health pamphlet. It's not wrong, but it's totally useless for you. But here's the thing. What if I told you the problem isn't actually the AI? The key to unlocking its real power, to getting those incredible results every single time, it's all about how you ask. It all comes down to the prompt. So let's get into it. There is a powerful 6-part formula that separates the pros, the people who really command AI, from everyone else. And today, we are going to break it down piece by piece.
Yep, 6. That's the magic number. 6 simple components that are going to completely transform how you talk to your AI.
And here they are. You've got task, context, exemplars, persona, format, and tone. Now, just knowing the list isn't the secret. The real key is understanding the hierarchy here. Think of it like building a house. You absolutely have to pour the foundation before you start worrying about what color to paint the walls. So let's start with that foundation. The first 3 components, task, context, and exemplars, are the absolute non-negotiables. You have to get these right to get a good result. And right at the top, the most important piece of the entire puzzle is the task. Your prompt has to start with a really clear, strong action verb. Things like generate, analyze, write, create, summarize. You're telling the AI exactly what you want it to do, no ambiguity. And the difference is just huge. Help me with working out is kind of like a vague wish, but create a 3-month muscle building program? That's a direct command. It gives the AI a clear direction and a goal to work towards. Okay, next up is context. I like to think of this as the Goldilocks principle of prompt writing. You need to give it just the right amount of background information, enough to narrow down the AI's infinite universe of possibilities, but not so much that you drown it in useless details. And there's a really simple framework for this. Just answer 3 questions. What's my background? What does a successful outcome actually look like? And what are the real-world constraints? For that workout plan, you'd mention your fitness level, your goal weight, and crucially, how many days a week you can actually get to the gym. The third part of our foundation is exemplars. And this is where the magic really happens. Seriously, studies have shown that giving the AI an example is one of the most powerful ways to improve the output. You are literally showing it a picture of what you want. So instead of vaguely saying, make my resume sound better, you give it a rock-solid template to follow. A formula like this one forces the AI to structure the information exactly how you need it, which gives you a way stronger result every time. All right, so once you've laid that solid foundation with task, context, and exemplars, it's time to add the finishing touches. These next 3 components, persona, format, and tone, are what take your prompt from good to absolutely phenomenal. Think of these as your polishing tools. Giving the AI a persona tells it who it should be. Specifying the format tells it how to lay out the information, and setting the tone tells it how it should sound and feel. This is all about adding precision and that final human touch. Okay, theory is great, but let's see this whole thing in action. We're going to take a pretty simple, pretty vague idea and build it into a masterful prompt using our 6-component formula. So here's our starting point. I mean, it's not the worst prompt in the world, but it's so basic. It leaves way too much up to the AI's imagination, which basically guarantees you're going to get a bland, uninspired email in return. Now watch what happens. We're going to build a much better prompt by adding our components one by one. First, we give it a persona, a senior product manager at Apple. Then we add that crucial context, the car launch details, and the fact that we smashed our target by 200%. The task is super specific. Write an email to the CEO. Then we define the format with clear sections. And finally, we set the tone as confident but still approachable. And would you just look at the difference? The final prompt leaves absolutely nothing to chance. It gives the AI every single ingredient it needs to cook up a professional, perfectly structured, and totally send-ready email. The quality of the response you'd get from this is just night and day compared to the original. So, What's the big takeaway here? It's that you now have the keys. You can go from just kind of using AI to truly commanding it. And it's all about having a system.
And that system is this hierarchy. You always start with a clear task. Then add specific context. Use exemplars whenever you possibly can to really boost the quality. And then use persona, format, and tone to add that final professional polish.
Because remember, this isn't about writing longer prompts, it's about writing smarter prompts. Every single component we talked about has a specific job to do, guiding the AI directly to the amazing results you're looking for.
You now have the exact methodology that separates the amateurs from the pros. So the only real question left is, with this new power, what are you going to command your AI to create first?